Tonight, the Middle East is facing a dangerous new moment. A fragile ceasefire effort between the United States and Iran is now under pressure. And the reason is Lebanon. President Donald Trump is warning Tehran that American military forces will remain in position around Iran until what he calls the real agreement is fully complied with. In a message on social media, Trump said all U.S. ships, aircraft, and military personnel will stay in place. He also warned that if Iran fails to comply, more conflict could follow. But while Washington talks about ceasefire terms, Lebanon is being hit hard. Lebanon has declared a national day of mourning after a wave of Israeli attacks killed at least 254 people and injured more than 1,165 others in a single day. That number alone shows how serious the situation has become. Now the biggest question is this: does the U.S.-Iran ceasefire include Lebanon? Israel says no. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Lebanon is not part of the deal. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance also backed that position. He said, quote, "We never made that promise." That means, even if the United States and Iran move toward de-escalation, Israel is signaling that its campaign in Lebanon may continue. Iran strongly disagrees. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says the terms are clear. According to him, Washington must choose between a real ceasefire or continued war through Israel. He says the United States cannot have both, and that is where the ceasefire becomes fragile. On one side, the United States and Israel appear to treat Lebanon as a separate battlefield. On the other side, Iran insists Lebanon must be included in any serious de-escalation. That gap could become the reason this truce fails. Meanwhile, Lebanon is trying to respond on every front. The office of Prime Minister Nawaf Salam says he is mobilizing all of Lebanon's political and diplomatic resources to stop what it called the Israeli killing machine. At the same time, Health Minister Rakan Nassereddin is calling for international assistance. Hospitals are under severe strain. Medical teams are struggling to treat a massive number of civilian casualties. So this is no longer only a military crisis. It is becoming a humanitarian emergency. As the death toll rises, international concern is growing. Many are now asking a simple question: what kind of ceasefire is this if one part of the region is still under intense attack? There is also another major development. From Gaza, the Al Jazeera media network has condemned the killing of its correspondent, Mohammed Wisha. The network called it a heinous crime. His death has renewed concern about the safety of journalists covering this war. And once again, it raises serious questions about accountability in one of the most dangerous conflict zones in the world. So where does the region stand tonight? Trump is threatening action if Tehran does not comply. Iran says Lebanon must be part of any real ceasefire. Israel says Lebanon was never included. And Lebanon is mourning after one of the deadliest days of the conflict. That means this may not be a full ceasefire at all. It may only be a pause on one front while another front continues to burn. And if diplomacy fails to close that gap, the risk of a wider regional war remains very real. The coming hours will be critical. The coming days may decide whether this ceasefire survives or collapses. For now, the world is watching Washington, watching Tehran, watching Tel Aviv, and watching Lebanon bury its dead. You're watching Al Jadirah. Stay with us for more on this developing story.